Welcome to my Smash 4 guide. This series will be focusing on how you can improve in Smash 4. These segments are intentionally placed in a particular order to teach you how to advance in your general Smash 4 gameplay, no matter what level you are on. It will start off with the very basics and get more and more advanced as we go on. This video will be mostly directed to new players who want to pick up Smash, but have no idea how the game really works. If you want to teach a friend, your partner, or a younger kid how to play Smash, then you can always start off with this video. While grounded, a character can run left and right. Some characters run faster than others. The slower and gentler you move the analog stick, the slower the character will move. All characters can duck, and some characters can move while ducking, also known as crouching. All characters have two different types of jumps, a full hop and a short hop. You full hop by holding the jump button, and short hop by pressing the jump button and quickly releasing it, basically tapping it. All characters can also do a double jump in mid-air. Some characters have multiple double jumps. While airborne, you can force your character to land quicker than normal by tapping the analog stick down when the character reaches the pinnacle of his jump. When you see this flash, it means you've successfully fast fallen. This is extremely useful and will greatly increase the speed of your gameplay. Every character can shield. If you hold your shield, it will get smaller and smaller. You can tilt the shield by slightly moving the analog stick. By shielding, you can block almost all attacks, and so instead the shield will take damage and get smaller. When you're not shielding, it will gradually restore itself over time. If it takes too much damage, it will break, leaving you stunned. You can also perfect shield, by timing the shield button just as you are about to be attacked. By doing this, the shield won't take any damage. While shielding, you can roll by tilting the analog stick to the left or right, and if you tap the analog stick down, you will spot dodge. Rolling and spot dodging are mainly for avoiding dangerous situations, since during a roll and spot dodge, the character becomes invincible for a split second. Similar to spot dodge, you can air dodge. While airborne, you can press the shield button to dodge incoming attacks. This will also make your character invincible for a split second, although be careful using it, because the opponent can catch on to your dodging patterns and punish you. And if you land during an air dodge, your character will suffer from more landing lag and will be vulnerable to attacks. A grab will counter a shield, although a spot dodge counters a grab. Some characters have close-range grabs, while some have long-range grabs, which can be more punishable if avoided. Once you've grabbed an opponent, you can pummel by pressing A. During a grab, every character can throw in 4 directions: up, down, right, and left. Each throw have their own purpose depending on character. While grounded, you can jab by pressing A. If you tap the analog stick so that the character starts running, then press A, you will perform a dash attack. You can also gently tilt the analog stick and press A to perform a tilt. This works in all directions. On some characters, the forward tilt can be tilted upwards and downwards. By simultaneously smashing the analog stick and pressing A, you will perform a smash attack. You can charge up the smash attacks by holding the A button. And on some characters, the forward smash can also be tilted upwards and downwards. So, in conclusion, you can jab, dash attack, tilt, and smash attack. Every character has 5 different aerial attacks, depending on which way you direct the analog stick while airborne. If you press A while not holding any direction, you will perform in neutral air. And by holding a direction, you can up air, forward air, down air, and back air. Each character has a set of 4 special moves that are performed by holding a direction and pressing B, neutral B, side B, up B, and down B. Instead of life bars, the players have percentage. Each attack deals different amount of percentage. The more percentage the opponent has, the further they will get launched. So your objective is to build up percentage and then launch the opponent as far as possible to score a kill. Rage means that the higher percentage you have, the further your attacks will launch the opponent. The maximum amount of rage reaches at 150%. Every character has a certain way of recovering back to stage. You have a double jump and the up special. Characters with long-range grabs can also recover by pressing the grab button. This is referred to as tether recovery. These can also be used offensively on the opponent. When you're hanging on the ledge, there are 5 different options to come back to stage. Regular get up, which is done by tilting the analog stick towards the stage. Attack, which can be done by pressing A, B, or the grab button. Jump, which is done by jumping or by tilting the analog stick upwards. Roll can be performed by pressing the shield button. And lastly, you can tilt the analog stick away as you double jump and get back onto the stage. Almost half of all the characters can wall jump. Wall jumping is performed by jumping towards a wall and then tapping the analog stick to the opposite direction of the wall. Lucario, Greninja, Sheik, Diddy Kong, and Bayonetta can wall cling. This is done by jumping towards a wall, which will automatically cling you. If you get launched and want to recover quickly, you can perform a tech. Teching is done by pressing L, R, or Z 20 frames before you land on stage. Basically just before you land on the ground. If you press too soon, you will just air dodge, which is bad. You can also tech roll to the left or right. This will grant you a tiny bit of invincibility. If you miss a tech, you will just land on the ground, which makes you vulnerable to attacks. You can still roll, stand up, or do a get-up attack. Teching is very useful for when you get launched under and towards the stage. You can do a simple tech or a jump tech. Jump tech is done by pressing jump at the same time as you tech, or by holding the analog stick upwards as you tech. While standing, you can also tech attacks that send you downwards. In other words, attacks that spike. You can jump on other opponents if you press jump slightly above the character. You can do a short footstool and a long footstool, depending on how long you hold the jump button. This can be used to send the opponent downwards. The only thing the opponent can do is move to the left or right. Teching will not work. You also can't take attacks that spike while lying on the ground after a footstool. If the opponent is in an attack animation, they won't flinch or be sent downwards. It can also be used as an additional landing option. After a footstool, you still have your double jump left. Footstooling can also help you recover. These are the very basics of Smash that you should know about if you're about to pick up the game. The best characters to pick up as a beginner are Mario, Kirby, Captain Falcon, Fox, Lucina, or Cloud. The first thing you should do is memorize all the moves and use all the moves. The second step would be practicing short hops and fast falling, and combining it with aerials. The third step would be using rolls and air dodges as little as possible for movement, and focus on only using it to escape dangerous situations, because rolling as a movement option is extremely bad. The fourth step would be getting used to recovering, so that you know the character's range and limitations, and try to snap onto the ledge as much as possible, rather than recovering back on stage. The fifth step is to remember all the 5 ledge options, and mix them up as much as you can. And the last step is to practice ticking as much as possible, and mix it up with standing techs and rolling techs. Don't concern yourself with too much Wi-Fi. Playing offline can be a lot better, even if it's against a CPU or playing classic mode. Wi-Fi is mostly for learning new matchups. Start by learning and mastering all of these, and then proceed to the next video, right here. The second part will cover more advanced stuff. You should also check out the Art of videos if you want to learn everything about a specific character. These videos go extremely in depth about what every character can do in the game, so if you want to learn to play or beat a certain character, I would recommend watching these videos.